Hello and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. We are starting off a brand new campaign this morning as Blood Demon Oni. I want to mix together some of the martial expertise and some of the I don't know how to describe this. I want to summon demons as vampires. I feel like they both cross over into a really interesting place, but where undead and vampires are fire dangerous to fire. Fire is dangerous for them. I want to play as someone who's doing a lot of fire damage as a vampire. I think it's a fun little mix. I think it would work out well. And I want to dive into the new Blood and Courtship story realm. As an elder vampire, return to the ruined origin realm of all vampire kind. Foil or court its two feuding arch-vampire guardians as you venture to uncover the mythical crypt of the Deathless God and bring about a long-awaited reckoning of blood. We have a sunless highland, an explorative underground, a low population, and land. We haven't had a chance to check this one out yet. I'm gonna regret this probably, but we're gonna keep playing all the story realms on hard. I've heard that this one's not as bad as the last expansion, so I'm hoping that it doesn't take us a million rounds to beat our heads off the walls, but we're gonna dive in, see how it all is. We gotta create a new faction. We're gonna create Ogrekins, and what I want these fellers to have is Desolate adaptation. We're gonna take Arcane focus so that their magic attacks do extra damage, because most of the ogres we have are going to be casters, and then our front line are going to be demons. And then we're also gonna take Ferocious. Extra damage on retaliation and opportunity attacks, because it just kind of seems right if we're playing a bunch of demons. I always like to take something that's a little bit roleplay.
What is their origin culture?
We're gonna play as Mystic Summoners. I feel like Mystic Summoners is the class I always try to go back and do, and it's always a disaster whenever it happens. But we're gonna try them out again. We still have never really managed to land a good Mystic Summoner build. This one might be it.
Their society.
It could work. We are going to take Mana Channelers, because summoning spells cost less mana to cast, and we are going to be summoning a lot of demons. And then we're going to take Runesmiths, because just it so happens that we're going to end up with a lot of unit enhancements, mostly on our casters. So, welcome on in. Can I do something against the long waiting after turn if you have a big map with many players? Johnny, you can turn on simultaneous turns, and it will allow everybody to go at the same time, so that when you hit end turn, it basically just starts your next turn right away. I started playing with that recently, and it was a game changer. Really enjoyed it. We are going to start with the Tome of Blood, right? Because, you know, we are still vampires.
What is your ruler's origin?
We are going to pick a Elder Vampire, but we're going to pick an Elder Vampire hybrid.
Reveal yourself.
Because, of course, we want to be a big ogre. I think I am going to go with a warrior, but probably with something like the Heavy Morningstar. The Heavy Morningstar adds bleeding. That could be right. Let's get our guy designed first, because he does have a vibe about him. We want him to be big. He is a demon, and I feel like we want big hands, big tails, maybe somewhat short arms. Gotta make him look a little bit weird if he's gonna be a demon. Slightly bigger head, maybe. There's a great demon Oni with a third eye. I love this one. It's absolutely my favorite. And I feel like if we're going demons, we gotta go with like red ogres. Perhaps with a little decoration. Oh, you know what I want? This one. You can't really see it on this set of armor, but when we change it, he's going to be glowing all over. Yeah. Yeah. The demon power kind of coursing through him. Make sure he's got himself a nice hat. Honestly, probably just a little band. He'll need a fancy vampire cape. Maybe this guy. Some good demon here. You know me, I always like to do the main element on the tip. Just the tip. We'll give him demon eyes, which I think look like those. Oh, it looks really cool. It changes his third eye as well. I love that. Very fun vibe. Vampire summoners, yeah. And then for horns. Ooh. I feel like we probably go with these. Ron, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For a beard. I don't know that he needs one. I guess we could go with a neck beard. It does give him a little extra color. I feel like this has got to be a deeper purple. With this one maybe being a lighter purple. And then if we're summoning demons, oh, I don't know. Probably some sort of chaos affinity. Maybe that guy. That feels like... Yeah. And we'll do it in red. Bright red. Been going with a lot of the Throne of Blood icons, but... Lurkin working on VODs. Happy pre-Thanksgiving. Oh, to you as well. I keep forgetting it. It's Thanksgiving time in America. I can't decide what horns I want here. I think I might go with these ones. I like the like weird braids on them. They feel strangely more demonic somehow. Our armor color. It's either like rose gold or silver. Maybe a little purple accent on it. Something is not working with this cape right now. Just some bizarre clipping because of his size, I think. Yeah, he's too big. That's hilarious. If you chonk out the ogres, they don't really fit properly. Well, I guess we'll have to wear a more... We're going to have to be a slightly more reasonable size if that's the case. I like the vibe of this. You know what? Maybe we should go with like a tarnished brass, sort of a like corn. Seeing as we are blood demons, I think this is what we hit. Japanese theme could be Stoko Yoki Una with her demon army. I don't know who those are. We do have some Japanese only names though for these guys. At least they're my plan. Let's do pretty much the same deal here. We'll go with that tarnished brass. The black here. The skin decorations don't really work as well on the ogres. On the baby ogres. And we'll go with that. For the mount, we are demons, but we are demon ogres. Why don't we ride the spirit bears? I feel like that's appropriate for us. We'll go with long tails. And I think that checks. I think that vibes pretty well. Perfect.
Your journey begins.
Elder Sire, Undying Oracle. We're gonna have to come up with some names. So the names that I had been looking at, I kind of dove into a bunch of like Japanese demons to try and figure out what was the closest thing to a vampire. Vampires don't actually exist in Japan, but the Botendoro are sort of the closest thing I could come up with. And then I just said like yokai for the race name. I don't have a good title. I don't have a good Throne City name. So I'm willing to take some good suggestions. We could call it like I don't know, demon vamp, blood demon, blood lord. Let's look at the ambitions. I'll set up the rest of it. Now, we are going to be summoning demons a lot, but I feel like this guy is going to be a big, chunky frontliner. So having him absolutely on the front is not terrible. Having him as something like a challenger could work. The army starts hastened for 3 turns. Here's the thing is, like, demons can get hastened pretty easily as the game goes on. Duelist might not be bad, given the fact that he will definitely be dunking heroes. You know what? Let's give him Duelist. Let's make him mean. The Demonic Warlord is an obvious choice here. For books, we're going to take the Tome of Pyromancy. Then we're going to go Mayhem and Shades. We're going to go Pandemonium. And then we're actually going to go back to Revelry because I want Scalds. Then we're Demon Gate, Crimson Rain, Chaos Lord, Calamity. This kind of comes in later down the road, because I figure I like the idea of these demons as well, but they're definitely not like key to the build with the Ghostfire. But they're a nice little finishing touch to spice things up. Castle of Blood in Japanese. Yo, okay. Chi no Shiro. I am trusting you on that one. And we'll call him like, well, I might just call him Blood Demon Lord. Or like a Blood Demon. Cower before Blood Demon Botendoro, the Elder Vampire. He lords over his yokai and thralls from sunless Shinoshiro. Imposing beings whose teeth can grow to almost as impressive as their horns, they thrive on barren lands. They prefer to fight using magic, honing their reflexes, and will not let their enemy walk away from a fight unscathed. They have integrated magic into every level of their society, with mages at the top of the hierarchy. Their society is attuned to the astral flows, enabling them to channel arcane powers. They are legendary smiths capable of crafting the finest armor and weapons. Rued Drevanya, blood and courtship.
Ages ago, in a time when the forces of elemental might roamed the cosmos, a prince betrayed his lover, and through this bloodshed was accursed. Thus arose a being of great power and allure, neither dead nor alive, who fed on the living and prospered in shadows. The first vampire. This vampire would spread his curse of power and damnation through his lethal kiss. Through this, he became the deathless god, a scourge who invaded and enthralled entire realms. And yet, after being born from betrayal, betrayal would be his downfall. For unrest rose from within.
When they were talking about the Deathless God, I assumed they meant Urath. But there's all sorts of gods in this universe that I feel like we know nothing about.
False love sealed the deathless god in a crypt, and the unrest that followed damned him and his entire realm to the world vault called Grexolis.
Ah.
As the first vampire was reduced to myth and legend, the vampires who remained were hunted down or fled into the shadows. But then, after ages of banishment, the realm of the undying first vampire emerged from Grexolis' oblivion. Few remembered the cruel, deathless god, But many vampires knew the myth of the blood reckoning, when the deathless god would awaken once more, and the age of vampires would begin. This is the story of the vampire who would bring forth this blood reckoning.
I wonder if, like, the reason canonically he's able to escape is because of what we do during the Grexelis mission, because Grexelis is like the last map in the main story mode. It would be very fun if that's the case. A new ruler emerges. Explore your surroundings, expand your domain, prepare to face your rivals and become master of this realm. Your choices will shape the new Age of Wonders 4. So we've got the Tome of the Blood, right? We are a weird mix here in terms of bonuses, but we are Ogrekin with Desolate Adaptation, Arcane Focus, and Ferocious. We are Mystic Summoners with Mana Channelers and Runesmiths. Starting with the Rite of Bloodletting and the Rite of Life Leeching. The Crypt of the Deathless God. Before you spans a sunless realm of myth and legend, older than the oldest memories of even most Godir, here the pureblood lineage long ago begins and reached its historic zenith. In those bygone days, vampire kind ruled a blood-hungry dominion that terrorized the astral sea. Back then, all purebloods were united under an eternal emperor, now only remembered as the Deathless God. Whether through hubris or betrayal, the dominion of terror ultimately crumbled and was banished into Grexelis for reasons long forgotten. Now, ever since entering Rued Drevanya until now, none have since entered. As a destined night dawns and the distant howling of wolves, you are left to reflect upon the reason why you've come here. Orvatog, the first vampire. Cool. Betrayal undid her greatness. I aim to restore it once again. Hubris called the downfall of Drevanya. I want to finish the job. Ooh. The night summoned me here. Its children shall show me the way. Who cares about the past? I only hunger for blood. That does sound like us, actually. We take a bunch of damage, but we level up right away. I'll take it. The Deathless God, first of all vampires, was long ago laid to rest upon this realm. He awaits the coming of one who shall instigate a reckoning of blood. Hated or beloved, the Deathless God is an enigma venerated by secretive blood cults throughout the ages. They preached for the coming out of event, the Blood Reckoning, a time when Rued Drevanya returns from banishment and the hallowed blood of the Deathless God will be spilled or once again reinstated to greater glory. His crypt is said to lie beneath the blood-soaked mound of a shattered heart. Find it, for the one who unseals it shall decide the future fate of all vampire kind. Nice. I love a free level up. Great. I'm gonna take a Berserker on this guy. I don't know what kind of weapon we're gonna go with. We're starting with the heavy Morningstar, but we might spice things up after a little while. We start with a Spell Shield, a Soother, a Skeleton Militia, an Arcane Guard, and an Arcanist, as well as a Scout. Wow. What a great opening. As you travel through Rued Drevanya, a faint scent catches your attention, spells of fire, roses, and passion. A faint whisper on the wind. Vampire, my prince, find me where we fought, where we fell, where my blood touched your lips. Find me, return to me, my prince. All right. Why not? Who can say no? The Morningsword looks pretty badass. Yeah, it's true. It does look pretty dang good. Sanguine Focus and Flesh Carved Runes. I think we'll take that to start. We're gonna probably start with the old storehouse just to get us cooking. Now, the big thing I want to make sure I do here is not run into a fight that's going to get me killed right away, because I did just take all that damage. But I feel like we can be fine with this. Couple of Scalds. I think I'll just chill in the back a little bit here. Is probably going to be my vibe. So these guys give Astral Connection if the unit is adjacent to friendly Magic Origin units. They gain bonuses. Skelly bones, of course, counting as that. Oh, yeah, and you can just soothing breeze. Soo-hoo-hoo-hoos. You know what? That should be fine then. Give ourselves a little shield wall. This guy can move up and just hit the stunning flash. Beautiful. Those guys all get to get flanked. You know what? I think I'll just try to get these guys out of the way. I'm going to move you up and just ward to protect. That was a really good play. Making him insane? That was a really good play. Oh, yeah, we got the blood parasites out already. Okay. I'm a little worried about what that Scald can do to me right now, as well as this insane guy, but more insanities. We just get you in here to finish this. Grazed. Fantastic. Okay, so I don't want that Skull to have an opportunity to damage anyone any more than that. And then there is a pasture here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a farm and let my guys heal on this location as well for the turn. Fantastic. We have a full squad, so I'm just going to go straight for another scout. I haven't even looked on the map of where we are. Top left, relatively small map. We got some fancy stuff down there. 2 quests kind of down that way. I would rather focus on just getting some of these guys cleared out to start. You know, give us some extra level ups and everything else. Just to get going. Yuki Onna, a snow spirit? Looks like a Japanese lady with long black hair and white kimono. Yep. Sudoko's the girl that crawls out of the TV. Not for this run. Yeah, so the boat in Doro is like, if I'm remembering this right, I think it's like 2 sisters that trick people. There's nothing really that says vampire in Japanese demon lore. Which is a bit of a pity. But it ain't the end of the world. Alright, we are going to get archered up a little bit here. But thankfully they're all going after the tank. So polite. No valid targets found. Oh, yes, of course. These skeletons don't got no blood. Yeah, we're gonna have to choke up a little bit of arrow fire here, but nothing too serious. A little bit of the old razor thorns. Okay, beautiful. At least they're not making us crazy this time. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. That guy can't leave. Perfect. Parry on, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. And we get another level up here. Let's go for the second wind early, just because, you know, it's so good. The free heal and everything else on it is just makes a world of difference. We are going to need a forester. I tell you what. This is the only... Hey, I am just going to take that to boost the storehouse right now. Just because it's a forestry only location. Then I'm just going to keep clearing out this trash. You know what? We might just be able to auto these. Yeah. I don't want to skip too much this early, but a little bit. The Excavator Abode, giving us mana, draft, and income. Sort of hard to say no to that one. And I tell you what, we're also going to boost again because we can pick up... I think I'm going to go just for straight gold mines wherever I can. Because we do have a point in Materium, we will eventually get Mines Give Mana, which is just one of the best. Here's the Shattered Rosewood of the Endalion. You have found the source of the alluring call you heard before. The scent of roses and ashes goes stronger. Not long after, a faint figure appears. My prince, you are not my pale prince, but you carry his curse. My curse. Oh, Urvaktag, what have I done? She turns to you and gestures to the shadowed rosewood. This is where we fought. This is where I cursed him, where we betrayed each other. The scent of roses almost overwhelms you as the ghost sighs. How beautiful we were. How passionate our love. Tell me more. Tell me more. I was a witch blessed by chaos. He was a prince favored by shadow. My prince, he grew roses of glass, such beautiful roses. We fell in love and I gave him everything, and yet he would not. He spared no rose for me. Why would he keep them from me? Our love turned to ash, and so I decided to take what he would not give. I betrayed him. Those beautiful roses turned to blood glass. Ooh. Blood magic, summoning undead, torment, and blood parasites. Why did he keep the roses away from me? Why? Man, I'll claim some blood glass. Cities with 3 provinces adjacent to this landmark get terraformed to sunless gloom. Cities and empires gain the parasitic contamination. All units with bleeding have a 60% chance of suffering blood parasite. Whoa. All cities? The city's empire gains that. That's insane. While fighting in any province, not even one of your provinces. That's bananas, dudes. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. That's a crazy landmark. Do we want to ashland stuff while we go? Grassland forest, sunless cliffs. I guess we don't need to yet. There's some stuff up there. What I'll do right now is I'll move you up this way. Oh, well, here's the blood glass. It's an 800-point army to clear that blood glass, so I doubt we'll do that one right away. But we can come down here and march on these other guys in the meantime. You're just a skeleton militia. I wonder about replacing you with one of our guys, because they would probably be better. Ferocious is going to be really good on arcane guards. Is that skeleton one of our guys at least? Oh, it is. Whenever any friendly spell is cast, this unit is healed for 10 temporary HP. That is very nice. You know what? Maybe I take it back. Maybe you guys are fine. Not only that, I can level them up as I get Astral Echoes, because they count as a summoned unit. Crypt of the Deathless God. A foul mortal stench enters your nostrils. A dark figure stalking approaches in sight. I know a vampire when I see one. Keeping her hand close to her weapon, she nevertheless regards you with a dark smile. You're not from around here. I reckon you also seek to uncover the so-called Deathless God of yours. No? Well, so do I, Chief Huntress Griselda. My reasons require no explanation, I expect. If you are also out to slay this Deathless God, I have an offer to make. War declared on Rothrath and Mavelith. My research tells me the Crypt of the Deathless God is locked with a blood rite cast by his consorts. Most of those fled the realm before it got sealed, save 2, so they stand in our way. They also hate each other's guts, so if you want to open that crypt, this is what we do. Declare war on them both, so I can trust you. We kill the consorts, get their blood, and slay them once and for all. Decline this quest and immediately go to war. Decline this quest, another event will show, or accept this quest. I don't think we want to team up with a vampire hunter. Why should I trust a vampire hunter? So the Crypt of the Deathless God is sealed with the blood of his consorts, and only their blood can make it undone. Little is actually known about the Deathless God beside cultic myth and legend, but among elder vampires, it's well known that he created the first brood, the dreaded Arch of Vampires. He selected a harem of consorts to whom he bound his indomitable will. However, they conspired to lock their Deathless God away in the crypt. How and why? Well, only the remaining consorts could tell. To unseal it, we need to seek them out. Army of Griselda. Nice. Some blood-drinking blades here. Start causing that flesh-carved runes pretty soon. So, I guess one is there. He's... I don't know how in this many turns he got all the way up there, unless he spawns that way. But I guess we might as well send our scouts down that way. And do that little bit of hexploration. Do I want another scout? I guess. You know what? I do love 3 scout openings. Deep down, there's a part of those I love. We'll grab the vendor next. And... boy, we are not really close on unlocking anything here. All right, that's fine. We've gone so rainbow, we're less focused than I would normally expect to be. I'm gonna greed and go for another mine right now. And then we can just clear this out. Not with that many L's, though. Bats, bats, bats. Okay, well, I see what happened. I see what occurred here. We'll put you in. We'll give that guy a heal. Bob's your uncle. Interesting. They did not choose to move forward on that. I could sprint forward and hit one of those bats. My concern is opening up my casters to the bats. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just sit here and go defensive mode. Force them to come to us. I think that was the right choice. Take that hit, it's no problem. Because you're gonna dumpster that guy. Those are the bats. Those are the bats. Can you... Might cost me that skeleton, but price I'm willing to pay here. Oh, not too bad. Still think those bats are my biggest threats, so... Tell you what, you have a heal. Go after them. We'll just finish those guys off, I guess. Oof. Smack. Smack. Our guy really is just looking like quite a demon lord of night. Nice. Padded greaves, giving us an extra +3 defense. Excellent starting item. YouTube updated the left side bar menu list. YouTube's been getting a bunch of changes lately to like their video players, and I gotta tell you, I am not a big fan of them, so... Do vampires ever say, I have no son? I mean, I guess it depends on how much of a dad they are. Some astral echoes. Can I use those echoes to level you up? I can. Now. Yeah, if you become a champion, you get resurgence. So let's make you an elite. And then if I can get one more set of astral echoes, you're going to be very helpful. Mundo, good morning. Christy, hello. Outsworn blood demons with a wizard queen. Yep. Demon transformation removed the ogre horns. Blood runes go on top of joy siphoners and vessels of chaos. Looks sick. I like that wombo combo. I do need these blood cultists, but I want sanguine focus here first, so... We can also pick up casting. Combat spells are cheaper. I want this, but I don't know that I want it as much as I want other immediate things. Like research posts and mana conduits. Trying to think about what special buildings we're going to get. I'm going to give us the research post to start. Now, you got a guy over there, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I was interested in figuring out what's under this cave. This homie's popping down this way. And I think you're just going to go after these bats. Your troops rush a group of winged creatures. Notice they neither attack nor retreat. Will you allow the airborne beasts to retreat with their eggs, or will you attack? Production is blocked for 3 turns, but for 6 turns you get city stability. I'm a demon, man. I'm gonna call them. Signet of the Mass Murderer. No, sorry. Signet of the Murderer's Mass. Slightly different. Alright, and then we're going to pick up Frenzy. And we're going to pick up, I think, Hemomancer here. Sustain unblockable damage equal to 10% of your maximum HP, but your next attack deals 50 damage. So on a charge, that's going to be really, really beefy. We also get blood recovery, so we heal when killing when killing things. Hemomancer seems the way to be. And then I'm also meant to be a demon, so I'm going to take Searing Strike, do some fire damage. Now we have a little Flaming Mace. Feels slightly more appropriate. Alright, we're going to send you out that way. Pick up those goodies for me. And then honestly, I don't think I'm going to build anybody until this army is loses people, so... Wedding dress has arrived. You tried it on. Good and bad news. For next Halloween, you can be Glinda the Good Witch. Bad news, the dress is so pink that you could be Glinda the Good Witch for Halloween next year. That's a very pink dress. But also very fun for a wedding dress to be pink. Bats lay eggs? I guess. I guess these doom bats lay eggs. I feel like bats are mammals, so they shouldn't be laying eggs, but... Honestly, what do I know? We're boosted up to 5 here, so we might as well get the Mage's Plaza. Yeah, I gotta poke my nose down here. There might be goodies. There's not really. Aha! Drakavek. Let's give them a Whispering Stone. And let's promote you. Wop, 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 wop. So now we can sacrifice these guys and they just come back with 50% of their HP. They're also chunky. Chunky boys. $400. What do we need for this? $800. We've got a Painbringer and a Warbreed in here. Alright, we'll keep wandering around a little bit. We met the spine-chilling Drakvek. Salutations, great and powerful Botendoro. Please excuse the stench of death you may have noticed before our discussions. This is part and parcel of our dark ways. Very good. Down here we have a Keening Courtyard. A gold ancient wonder that adds rose knights and rose-choked skeletons to the Rally of Lieges. Cool. Alright, we'll keep heading down this way, meet this other vampire. Honestly, I kind of feel like I'm going to make friends with the other vampires. Not seeing a huge reason to fight them right now. Great, this place got built super fast. +5 mana per adjacent conduit or research post. Okay. Well, there's double conduits there, so... that definitely tracks if we want it. But right now, I guess let's just go library. And honestly... I kind of feel like I need some quarries. You to come out and grab that tower. You're gonna head down here and meet... Ooh, strange shadows blind your senses and a sharp whisper enters your inner ear. What is this I find? An unfamiliar elder vampire roving my realm after all this time? From the deepest darkest appeared the terrifying shape of the arch-vampiress princess consort Mavelith the Grave Archdame, fabled author of the Tome of Torment and the first wife of the deathless god himself. She inspects you with a predatory gaze and then lifts her chin and produces a faint, fanged grin. Suddenly, your chest starts to ache. It appears she is casting some sort of spell on you. Her malevolent stare probes your sight and pricks your very heartstrings. Tell me, my sweet, what brings you to my domain? Awaken the deathless god. Get a free level up. Angered, she tears at a heartstring. Oh, hilarious. She scratches a heartstring. She rips an entire heartstring. I level up twice. And I get a big relationship bonus with her. Resist her spell. Unfortunately, we can't do that. Courting the princess. Dude, I mean, if we have 80 HP, we might as well rip the entire heartstring and take double levels. She erupts in a tittering cackle. How delightful. Your petty resistance is simply irresistible. I have decided you may stay. Doubtless you came here to unseal that stinking crypt of my rotting husband. But in order to do that, one must need my exalted blood, with which that place is thoroughly sealed. However, if you intend to slay that wretched bastard, I might be able to do a little trade. If you want my blood, bring me an obsidian rose from his crumbling palace. The offer is a made little elder. I will have your blood for picking my heartstrings. I'll consider this. Oh, I'm in a bad spot. Didn't mean to do that. Our flesh-carved runes are ready. So we'll cast these up on our dudes. 5 HP regen, and we ignore status resistance per stack of bleeding. We got 2 level ups. I think I'm gonna go, if I'm going with the big two-handed weapon on this guy, I think I'm gonna go crit build. It seems the most reasonable. I do want to take Drain Familiar, as well as things like Flight, but I think let's focus on getting towards killing momentum first. You declared a rivalry on me. Okay. Fair. I suppose. We should probably try to move out in this direction as well. Ooh. Methinks I'm gonna need to heal before I dive in there. So we'll start casting blood drinking blades in the meantime. Start building your army for my next hero. Yeah, I don't like building a second army unless I'm making 100 gold. That's my problem, so. Desecration chamber seems kind of important, yeah. Ooh, haunted graveyard. That's definitely killable. There's a lot of spawners around. That's a gold wonder as well back there. Honestly, there's quite a lot of wonders on this map. You got your library. Yeah, actually, I don't need the desecration chamber because this does this anyway. So if I just keep expanding towards that, I can save myself the production. We'll go with a shrine. Get our mana up a little bit. Still none of those are really close, so the best thing I can do is just keep pumping out Imperium. That doesn't count, but that one does, so we'll go here for now. Guess there's another tower up here, so I might as well also run on that. Okay, I do heal if I'm underground. That's good to know. Scroll of Astral Connection grants non-mystic, non-magic origins astral connection. Conjure astral wards, which give us warding link. I mean, non-mystic, non-magic origins. So that's going to be like my shades, my blood cultists, and my pyromancers. Yeah. It's okay. I could allow that for sure. It's not a bad choice. You, in the meantime. So let's just keep running that way. We got the blood drinking blades. Perfect. It's crazy how like dark our dude looks on the map and in the bottom right corner. He really is just cast completely in shadow right now. Right side bar on the video player is these giant video recommendations now. Interesting. Appear less because of the size they have. I guess, but when you appear more prominently. So that'd be the trade-off. A ranger, a death knight, and a warrior. Death knight with rank slayer, always fun. Ooh, a ranger with elitist. I love. No question about it. I don't know what I'm going to make this guy look like, though. I guess, you know, we could give him, like, the vampire hunter outfit. If he's going to be a ranger. There's something kind of comical about that as a decision. And he can hang out with our homie. Who, I don't really want just vibing underground here. What I need to start considering is like where else I want to build bases, and probably down here. Honestly. We've got some astral dew. We have some pastures. We are like 1, 2... 1, 2. I think I'm actually going to build it right on this spot. I don't have cheaper outposts for a while. If we come down here, we're back in sunless terrain, so at least we're healing again. Grab a little production, and then you can grab that. It's nice. There's lots of goodies for our guys to get on the map, especially because of all the astral projections. Like, I should grab that one. And then I could also send this guy out to do like another base. Probably up here would be smart. There's all this blood glass up here. We'll grab the Stone Conjurer for a little bit of extra production. And then we are tier 2, so why don't we start getting spell shields and soothers out to add to that guy's army. Again, we don't really have the money yet, but we'll start amping up now that we're in tier 2. Book number 2 is the Tome of Pyromancy. Because we're demons, you know.
Fire.
He ate a vampire hunter and stole his drip. Yeah, that was kind of the idea I had, right? That felt right.
It is passion and destruction. It is life and death.
I gotta take Searing Blades first. Too good not to. So, grab that. Grab that. Then grab that. You're just going to keep coming over this way for now. You're going to grab that. And then probably go down to that tower. Where's Mabalith's army? She's building a place down here. Okay. We still need XP, so... Somehow I heal dramatically from that, so I'll take it. It's pretty much what I was going for. I said I needed money, so let's build that market. A friendship was declared. I too will declare a friendship. I have a grievance against you because you started an unjustified war, but I don't think I'm going to complain about it. Interesting that that spot is not, but this spot is. I'm going to have to go around the top here if we want to keep going in this way, so... Hopefully we can keep expanding in that direction. Vampire the Human Hunter started his journey. Quite the namesake. Tower. Astral Echo. And I tell you what, why don't we go like right... We go like right here. Or here. However you want to do it, but I think that's where we'll build. I gotta be careful because obviously this haunted graveyard is gonna just like pump guys into me too. You got an outpost down here. We're gonna build a work camp for the extra pops. And you got your little outpost settled here. Okay. So we might have to fight her for a bit of terrain, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Keep casting all of our spells in the meantime. Bruh. Is this all her territory? No, her territory is down. Okay. I suppose getting an outpost down by the Keening Courtyard would also be good, so maybe I'll just move over here and build another outpost. Just so I don't have to lose that. 2 turns. Takes 1 less turn. You know what? You don't have the money anyway, honey. So we might as well wait that out. Oh, that's a silver chamber. Okay. Sure. A moonlit mansion. All right. The Vampire Hunter. If I ever get killed, the person becomes the Vampire Hunter, and so on. Is this what that anime Hunter x Hunter is about? Searing Blades. Conjure Summoning Rift. Conjure a Summoning Rift on an empty hex in the target province. This structure allows summoning spells to be cast, provides vision in a 5 hex radius. We can regenerate 15 HP per turn. And during combat, the province, friendly combat summon spells are cheaper to cast. I'm actually going to get that because being able to create a healing node on the map as a vampire is extremely helpful. This is a very good thing for us. Here's the problem, though. I want to make sure we can get that. It's going to be 125. We're going to have 200 into 25. That's actually perfect. Mathematical. All right, you're on a little adventure. You're going to wait a turn. You're on a little adventure. Nice, Astral Echoes. You pop your nose down here. Cast that even though it doesn't affect anybody yet. Back to co-op. I want that Archon Blood, but I don't need it yet, so no rush. Searing Blades. I think we'll keep the visuals of Blood Drinking Blades on, though. So you have a market. I'm going to have to boost your granary next. You're going to get cheaper engineering. You're going to grab that guy and then that guy. You're going to build an outpost. And then explore down this way a little bit. Ah, boiling first impressions. An odd bubbling and boiling occurrence enters your awareness, followed by a low hiss. My, oh my, what a quaint anomalous toy do I here espy. From the corner of your eye, you see a hot crimson mist erupt, out of which a blood-soaked figure emerges with a distinguished poise. The fabled arch-vampire Prince Consort Watorak. After ages of solitude, I'm finally graced with a fresh new face, and what a face it is! Are you one of mine, perhaps? No matter. I do so believe introductions are in order, wouldn't you agree? Or has your generation abandoned their manners as they once did Blood Emperor Eternal? Who is the Blood Emperor Eternal? Oh, the Deathless God, okay. The Prince Consort fingers his glistening lips as he secretly casts a spell on you that boils your blood. Show me how a proper vampire greets their superior. You get a bunch of mana. And get some relationships. You lose a bunch of mana and get Imperium. Give him thralls. Here's the problem. I'm a demon lord. I don't want to bow low and courteously. We were pretty haughty against the other person. I'm going to just simply regard him in silence. Charmed, surely. Ah, youth reminds me of myself at that age, skirting etiquette and insolence, so bold and brazen. Let us conduct business, shall we? I know everything about you, Botandoro, seeking to open the crypt of our hallowed Blood Emperor, are you not? For this purpose, one would need the blood of his consorts like mine. Owing to your somewhat remarkable introduction, I dare say I'm budding the desire to potentially entertain your dashing enterprise in exchange for a trifling sacrifice. If you pledge to me, your fabulous prince, the obsidian road from the palace of the Deathless God, I would be open to sharing a drop of my purest blood. I'll consider it. You found both the princess and prince, and both acknowledged that they sealed the god with their blood. Both seem eager to obtain the obsidian rose. The reason why remains unclear. A decisive choice now rests on your consciousness. Will you oblige them in their challenge and hope they stay true to their word, or will you draw their blood by force? Either oblige the consorts on their quest or defeat them in battle and collect their blood. The choice is yours. I'm going to obtain the obsidian rose, if only for now, because the longer I wait for war, probably the better. Ooh, blood cultists or pyromancers? Dang. I don't know why blood cultists are so much cheaper. I'm going to go with pyromancers because if I have to fight these vampires, I feel like the pyromancers are going to be significantly more valuable to have. And that is my entire logic basis. All right, there is an astral echo there, so I guess we'll grab that. This guy's immortal at this point, so I don't really feel like I need to bring him up to the next tier. You don't have enough money to recruit another unit. Which is a little bit problematic, but... Alright, here we have our work camp. So... let's go down. I want to try to get those pastures and cut off this outpost. I need 200 Imperium to build this up. Yuck. I also want that and that. Ah, there's Archon blood down there too. Damn. Poorly located. Is the game lagging for you? It's not for me. It's not to say it isn't. Just that it's not for me. At least, not that I can see. Alright, we'll keep these guys moving. Burning blades, blood drinking blades. In other words, hot, thirsty blades. Exactly. Couple of real thirsty lads. The Solace of Wartakath. Alright, so he has actually crawled down here much faster than I thought. Alright. An umbral nest. Ooh, okay. So I kind of feel like actually right here would be a good spot for this outpost. This feels like a good setup. It is definitely chopping. I'm having moments of choppiness. Ah, my encoding is overloaded. That's a new notification. Yeah. One second. Why are you being cranky, computer? What happens if I do this? It's probably just like the shadows upsetting everybody now. Now it seems fine. Cranky old computer. Now I need money for so many things here. Honestly, just getting a tavern for that extra 10% might do it. Love some demon gameplay? Yes. I feel like we haven't played with demons in a while, so they're one of my favorites. She wants another treaty or diplomatic state. And this ritual circle is attacking me here, which is actually fine. I don't mind that one bit. probably going to have to pull these guys back until they have some more army. I might be able to just pick off some trash with them. You're going that way, looking for more stuff. Otherwise, we're golden. Out to finish your spark driving for Walmart. A few hours until the next incentive starts. But I made over $100 in 3 hours in the morning, even though it was tough waking up. Nice. Either need to surrender or finish your vampire run before starting a new one now. Yeah. It is rolling much smoother now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess maybe we want to look at some new cards or something. It's not like I'm running that outdated of a card. But in this day and age, I guess everything gets outdated pretty quick. All right, I might just have the scout join in with these guys. Grab that, grab that. Go over to you next. Pick up all the astral echoes that we can find. Because while they're not the most important at the moment, they certainly will be in a little while. Well, let's take these easy fights here. Dominate the Gore Tusk piglets. No, we'll just kill them. No need to be fancy. We could just kill them. Wonder what other races they could do that they haven't done. Lycans? Yeah. I mean, you could play as like a lupine elder vampire hybrid, which is, I feel like pretty similar. It's got a samey vibe. Oh, my income is really struggle busing right now. That's a Howlmaster, so there's actually another character in here. I think they're going to have to wait for a little bit more gunpowder to do that. I've already been down here. There was nothing of value. That's undefended. We'll grab that free mana. There is the invading army. Ooh, it's got a couple of phase beasts in there, which I did not see. Let's actually hide in the outpost if that's the case. No need to go crazy there. And I might be able to pick up this altar actually with this army. Just realizing they're probably strong enough that they could clear out a Bronze Wonder, so. Definitely think we need some kind of elemental race. The Geomancers are meant to be. Because if you get the crystal transformation, that counts you as an elemental. Though I do think they could expand on that a bit. Yeah, he's going to come straight for me. All right. This is going to be a little tricky with phase dogs. We've got an evoker, an astral keeper, 2 evokers. All right. Barf. gonna do this. Stack strengthen and lifesteal on our guys. I got a feeling they're really gonna need it, so. Homie, you're attacking me. What are you doing? There we go. He was waiting until he was in a position where he didn't have to charge my spearman, is what he was doing. That makes sense. You guys displace if I hit you at all, right? Yeah, once per turn. They not have blood? I'm sorry, does a phase beast not have blood? You're a ghost. I guess so, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I do wonder if I was to hit it with a stunning flash. It will still teleport, okay. You have heals, which I feel like is the better use. I'm going to take that hit. Well, that's a really unfortunate spot for him to have gone. Oh, boy. Yeah, they're going to slaughter my back line right now. I don't really think I could do much about it, is the problem. They're also going to hit me with a bunch of electrifying arcs, so... I think at this point I just split up. Yeah. God, they're like all ghost creatures, are they? Yeah. So very little bleeding able to actually be done. Interesting. He goes for the shield unit. And then goes for me doing huge damage. Ow. I would not have expected them to just like ignore all these frontline guys. All right, so I could kill him. I think that's the plan, because this guy's definitely going to need to heal. So that'll help him out a lot. Someone here has got to take this hit. So I think I'm going to make that you. So that you can trigger that displacement, and then this guy can figure out what he's doing. I'd really like to deal with those phase dogs, but I don't think that's gonna happen right now. All right. Oh my god, these dogs are the worst. Do they have slippery as well? No. Because I guess they're not skirmishers, but... Alright, I think I'm losing the spell shield. Unfortunately, I don't see many other ways for that to happen. No? Alright. Computer's being weird in its choices here. Displace him. Okay, that's really nice. I think I could actually get a kill here. You can pick up Slippery. I feel like going after these guys is bad because I'll get triple lightninged. And then probably phase beasted. Right, and they don't have any blood, so I can't bite them either. That's not actually going to do 30 damage. But you're also the only thing that can hit them right now, so... yeah, I guess let's go here. Let's go here. Get some bad morale. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Just displace him. These guys are going to come in here and do everything they can. You're Arcane Guard, so I could actually heal you. I don't feel like these two in the back are threatened. At least not as much. Alright, referencing a certain Zootopia character? I have not seen the new Zootopia. And it's been a long time since I've seen the old Zootopia. Are there any must-have DLCs? I'm thinking about buying the game, but the DLCs are so expensive. There is no must-have DLCs. No. The base game is really good on its own. You really don't need any of the DLCs on top of it. They all add great things. All the DLCs are good, which is like a pretty rare thing to say. But there's definitely none that are must-haves. So, older ones in the base game are on sale right now. Yep. This one is a lot of fun without the DLC, yeah. Will it be in the game for the AI and not the player as in like Total War Warhammer? Still fight Chaos Dwarfs, just not play them? I don't believe so. I'm not sure on that. Yeah, you need the DLC to fight against DLC factions, yeah. So you'll still get Wizard Kings, you'll still get Champions. You just won't have like dragons, eldritch monsters, vampires, and giants. But again, it's like none of them are really like... None of them are mandatory. They're all cool. But definitely not mandatory. Chunk that guy. Okay. Zippy zaps. You can just finish him off. All right. Well, we lost the spell shield, which I'm sad about, but good price for progress. Holding a family heirloom, our hero approaches us with a formal greeting. One of my ancestors was a shepherd. Should I be a shepherd? No. You stay elitist. Elitist is good for you. These guys are ready to keep annexing. I can't annex any further over that way, which is a bit unfortunate. You're going to need quarries. You're going to need farms, quarries, farms. Isn't there a building that scales off of farms? The Blood Altar? Draft per adjacent farm. Mana per adjacent forester. Interesting. Counts as a conduit. I think I'm just going to grab a conduit down here. Push towards that astral dew. You keep going that way. Okay, we have a hostile faction down here. Free city of grim halflings. Breakland, hello. This time I will try to watch Age of Wonders at least for an hour and try to enjoy it. To each their own. There's no pressure. All right, I think I'm better off having this army meet up with my other army at this point. And then I'm going to try to get that scout down that way. So, yeah, I wanted to take this altar out, but without that extra tank, I'm a little bit more hesitant. Combat casting, world map casting, not really an issue with us right now. A Whispering Stone, I could maybe make use of. But I also need this 200 Imperium to build a city. The question becomes, like, where is the best spot for a city for me right now? Is it up here near all this blood glass and Reaper's Hollows and everything else? Cut off this guy as much as I can. Or is it better off down here towards these three towers? What's got better locations? Mana Node, Research, Pastures. Sorry, Mana Node, Gold Vein Pastures. This guy is definitely surrounded by a lot more good stuff, so I think I'm going to go up here. He does not have the work camp, though. He does not have the work camp. This is the only guy who has the work camp, so you know what? I changed my mind. And then we'll just keep going. You could be a farm. Yeah, I think the Blood Altar here would be best. And then... Can this change to a forester? Yeah, and then maybe I'll put the ritual pyre, like, here. Allows the drafting of Inferno puppies. Oh, cool. The Astral Manolith can go over here somewhere. I guess for right now, we'll build the Vampire Castle. It's a very useful start. All updates that come with DLC are free and don't need the DLC, so the base game has those from the start. Yeah. Yeah, you are expanding outwards, trying to cut me off from that pasture, so I do want to stop that from going any further. You're just going up this way right now. Oh, I can jump in over here. Maybe I'll do that with you. You're going to grab that tower. You're going to heal up one more before we try this. Okay, there's an infestation from the north. That could be a problem. Maybe we should pull up over there. Options. Options, options, options. Vampire Castle is done already. That was pretty fast. I think I'm going to go with the Arcane Institute. I'm going to have you actually just pull over here. You're going to move. 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 Meet these skeptics. And then I think on this turn, we're going to cut the first video here and come back in the next one. So you'll have to see where we continue on to. Until next time.